Simon & Schuster Audio presents The Fresh Prince Project, How the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air Remixed America by Chris Palmer. Read by Kevin R. Free. Prologue. Will stood nervously at the head of the table. There was so much beauty around him. Palm trees that grew sideways out of white sand. A mist that dropped each morning and enveloped their wonderful caravan. A welcome warm rain that seemed to know when to step aside and let glorious golden rays touch down wherever they might, in service of their technicolor dreams. At night, a soundtrack, waves crashed on rock. They couldn't have been on a happier errand. Nothing would steal this safety. It don't get no better than this. And they were allowed to take the bathrobes home. But he knew their lives were about to change. At the end of the 5th season of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith announced that he'd be taking 25 members of the cast and crew to Hawaii, plus significant others, and put them up in a 5-star hotel for a week, all on his dime. The Grand Wailea Resort in Maui overlooked a clear blue bay where dolphins would pop their curious heads out of the water as gulls sang their morning songs. Will had planned a dinner for their second day at the resort at the Sandy Beach Oasis. Shelley Jensen, longtime Fresh Prince director and determined invitee, struggled on through a combination of too much to drink the night before and a bit of stomach flu. The guests had all split up and spent the preceding day getting massages, riding ATVs, or hitting the links, which is where Shelley found himself, throwing up just before teeing off with Will, who thought the whole thing was hilarious. The mood was high, the tide was low, and the group felt relaxed. Will took a seat at the head of the table as the food and vino flowed freely. No palate went unsatisfied. No stomach underserved. A la carte or the entire cart. Their revelry would stretch into the wee hours. Then Will cleared his throat and stood up. The sound of gentle waves crashed behind him hypnotically like a muted heartbeat. He fidgeted a bit and swayed unsteadily on the balls of his feet. After nervously careening through a brief, unprepared, heartfelt soliloquy, he paused. Next season will be our last on The Fresh Prince. They all knew it was coming. They just hadn't expected the news to arrive in the way it had. Not words floating on soft air from a kind, nervous boy who couldn't make eye contact. You see, there's no good or easy way to end.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?